Mason Mount is set to be Manchester United's first signing of the summer, and this is my take on it. So it looks like Erik ten Hag wants to play with two advanced number 8s, so a midfield three of Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount. And in my opinion, this midfield can only work with a progressive centre-half alongside Lisandro Martinez, someone like Kim Min-jae or Jurrien Timber. A player that alongside Lisandro Martinez are comfortable playing out from the back, can build the ball forward and progress through the first phase, because players like Mount and Bruno aren't going to be involved in the first phase at all. Casemiro will be involved in this process, but his build-up play is decent. He isn't very good under pressure and he's not great with his back to goal. Hence the need for another centre-half who can play line-breaking passes and carry the ball through the press. Another reason why I wanted to sign a first phase midfielder. But the links to Mason Mount and Kim Min-jae may suggest that Erik ten Hag is trying to recreate his most recent Ajax squad, not the famous Champions League Ajax squad, which included Frenkie de Jong, De Ligt, etc. Playing with two hard-working, creative, advanced number 8s. At Ajax, it was Steven Berghuis and Ryan Gravenberch. And these two players will be very important in trying to smother teams inside their own half via counter-pressing or pressing from the front. And these advanced 8s have certain qualities as well, creating lots of chances for the forwards, moving out wide and into the half spaces and making both overlapping and underlapping runs to support the fullback and the winger, whilst having a good effect inside the final third by recording good goals and assist numbers. Does Mason Mount have these qualities? Definitely, and more. So what exactly does Mason Mount offer at Manchester United? Mount is a very versatile player. He can play as a number 8 on both sides and number 10 and on both wings. And versatility is a trait that Erik ten Hag loves in his players. Mount is a very technically gifted player. His first touch is good, he can take the ball from any angle, and his ability to receive the ball in the half turn is absolutely superb. Another trait that would be very valuable at Manchester United. Mount is also a good passer, comfortable at any range, his pass selection is great, and he's definitely a player that can thrive in a possession-heavy team. His ball retention is good. On the topic of Mount's passing, we have to mention his creating passes. Through balls, key passes, cutbacks and crosses. These are some of Mount's specialties. Mount is incredibly creative, and having two midfielders like Bruno and Mount alongside each other really excites me. Mount's crossing especially is really good. He can cross from either side and he's usually very accurate. Mount is quick and a decent ball carrier, making him very dangerous in transition. One of Mount's main attributes is his pressing and defensive work rate, and I think this would be so important at Manchester United. He's extremely hard working and one of the best pressers in the league. You could say in a way he's similar to Fred, and you wouldn't be wrong, and I do think Mason Mount is replacing Fred, not Christian Eriksen. And I actually wouldn't be surprised if we saw Mount and Eriksen rotate. However, in bigger games, I would select Mount for the exact reason I'd select Fred. His work rate and defensive output are much better than Eriksen's. But Mount is just a better overall footballer than Fred, which is why it's such an upgrade. One issue I do have with this signing is the price tag. 55 million I'm okay with, 80 million is way too much. 80 million for a player that definitely does improve us, but doesn't solve the main issues in our midfield like a first phase midfielder would. If you sign Mason Mount and you want to make it work, you do have to go out and sign a right centre back and probably a goalkeeper, so you're able to build out effectively. So 80 million is just way too much in my opinion. 55 million though, I'd be happy with, and I would like to see Mason Mount at Manchester United. He fits the quota for homegrown players, and that actually could be necessary with Maguire, Henderson and McTominay all potentially leaving. To conclude, Mason Mount would be a really good player for Man United, and he suits exactly what Erik ten Hag is trying to do. For the right price, it'd be a really good signing.